everybody and welcome back to All the Mod 7 to the Sky. In this episode, as you can see, we set up auto-crafting using applied energistics. We get ourselves all our automated with mechanism, so we can get ourselves all the different type of alloys, and now we can craft anything we want as long as we provide these guys behind us with some patterns. So, I hope you enjoy. Okay, so today we're going to be doing some auto-crafting. Yes, we're going to be setting up auto-crafting and automation for everything. Well, not really everything, but as many things as we kind of need at the moment, which is going to be like mechanism and metallurgic infusers, so we can make all the different alloys. Probably set up all of the inscribers to be automated then as well, because it would be nice to have all of these guys on request, because we might need a lot more of them later on going forward, depending on if we need even more crafting CPUs, modular assemblers, and whatever else applied energistics need circuits for. So, trying to set up automation with applied energistics can be a bit scary. It definitely is for me, but I think I know what to do. I've watched a video and I've done some testing in the creative world, and I kind of understand how this works. So we're going to need what is called crafting CPUs, molecular assemblers, patterning requesters, or pattern providers, and, well, your crafting equipment. So pretty much what it does is you get yourself molecular assemblers and pattern providers, you hook those up together separately, and then you craft yourself crafting CPUs, which consists of a crafting co-processing unit and between a 1 to a 256K storage crafting unit here. When you combine the two of these together, it actually forms a multi-block structure, which acts as the crafting CPU. So you'll probably need to set up multiple of them, because I think there's like a limit to how many things the thing can craft at once, or is there like one crafting per thing? I don't know what it actually does or how many things it can craft, because there is different tiers of it. So you can see I have a 16K bookmarked, but if we look over here, if we can find it now, there is a 1K, 4K, 16K, 64, and a 256K. But it has been a while since I played this pack, and it has had a few updates. And I haven't really looked at what those updates are, but there was one mod that did stand out to me when I was looking through like the creative testing world, and when I was looking up storage disks and whatever. There's a mod in here called Mega Storage Disks, or Mega Cells. This adds a bunch of new equipment for you to use with applied energistics. A bunch of new storage cells for like items, fluids, portable ones. I don't exactly know what the portable ones are. Stored energy. So is this like something you can just carry on you? Interesting. Mega bulk item storage cell, not partitioned. Now this guy, I'm not entirely sure how it works. Like, do you just fill this guy with any type of item and it works? Because these guys here work like the other disks that are from default applied energistics, and they can only store up to 63 different types of items. But you can see this guy holds 1 million items, a little over 1 million. And then so on, like this goes 4 million, 16 million, 64 million, and 256 million, which is crazy big. But then there's also your co-processing unit, which adds 4 threads per block. So basically one of these is equivalent to 4 of these co-op blocks here, I think. I could be wrong about that. But then you've also got yourself the 1 million mega storage, 4 million mega storage, and so on, all the way up to 256 million. So I don't know if we should try going for those guys, or should we just stick with maybe 64 or the 256K, just regular, and just set up multiple sets of them and see how well that works. I don't know. We'll have to try out some things. But yeah, that's what I want to do today. Get those set up and get ourselves our metallurgic infusers here set up and get the crafting things so we can just stick whatever patterns we want into the molecular assemblers and be able to craft whatever items we want on request, which will be good for us. So, how are we going to do that? Well, we need to come back over here and actually grab out some processors. Now, we have a bunch of processors being crafted in here. I'm kind of out of silicon at the moment, so I need to grab out a bunch of that here. And just put this in the system. There we go, and put this down here. Perfect. Grab a little bit more. There we go, and put that down here. I upgraded all the chests here to diamond and gold because I needed a lot more items. You can see this guy's got a lot of stuff to work with in here. So I think we still have a good few calculations ones. So give me some gold ones here. And there's one thing I need to start processing right now, because we're not going to be automating using these guys. We're going to be using lazy AE2. That will make it so much easier to actually use or even craft all of these circuits, because you won't have to like combine different resources together. You can go straight from the ingot, the raw silicon, and the redstone to craft a circuit. You don't have to process each one and then combine it all at the end, which would be great. But before we can get into that, we require a couple of things. We need to make this matter infuser, and a matter infuser is going to require resonating crystals. Resonating crystals require resonating seeds, which is resonating dust, and resonating dust is by throwing skystone, diamonds, and emerald ender dust into a pool of water, and you'll get the dust, and combine that with sand to make the seed, and then you throw it in an enrichment chamber to grow it. So what we need to do is grab ourselves an ender pearl, or like a couple stacks of ender pearls, at least 4 of them if we're going for a full stack. We're going to... Oh, okay. I thought I was close enough to open the chest, not throw the pearl. But we're going to stick these in here, and we're going to take out this inscribing process for a moment, because this is how you crush these up now. So we're just going to stick this down here, and let this crush up all of this ender dust. While that's doing that, let's look at the next thing we need, because we're going to need now a matter condenser, and we're going to need 2 of them. For the circuit etcher, we're going to need a universal press, and universal press requires a singularity. Now, a singularity requires a lot of items, so I'm going to grab myself out some item pipes. I'm going to grab out an ultimate item pipe and a pipe wrench. We're going to come over here, and because we have over 600k cobblestone, we're going to use that. So we're just going to grab ourselves these 3 items here. So we're going to put a pipe right here. We're going to tell this thing to extract. We're going to grab a cobblestone, put the upgrade in here, and whitelist cobblestone to be extracted, so it's not going to be taking out the compressed versions. Then we just stick the matter condenser on top, change it to a singularity output, and all we have to do now is grab ourselves a storage cell. So how many cells do we have? None. Storage... Okay, we have absolutely no cells at all. So, let's look up 64k, because you need a minimum of 64k storage to work. Go all the way down here, and we're going to craft ourselves a bunch of these 1k storage components, because we're going to need a lot of these anyway. So let's put all these away now, and we're going to upgrade this guy here to tier 4. There we go. So we're going to grab all of that. Oh, wait, we need quartz glass. Okay, that's not too bad. A bit of glass and some quartz dust. So perfect. So bunch of 4Ks. Okay, we're still out of quartz glass. Need a little bit more. There we go. That should be more than enough. There we go. Perfect. Now we'll upgrade this guy here to 16k. There we go. And then just upgrade this guy here to 64k. There it is. Perfect. So we got a 64k ones. So we'll stick that in there. And you can see the items are slowly building up. So once that thing reaches 2,000 or 256,000 items, we'll get ourselves a singularity, which then we can use to make ourselves our universal press. We also need this guy here, but we need fluid steel, which can be made in a matter infuser. That's why we're waiting on the resonating gems. Right, let's let that run. So, using these 50 processors, or the storage components, do we go ahead? Actually, we should probably upgrade to the 256k one. So we'll craft 16 of them. So we'll probably use those to craft ourselves our storage components, because we need ourselves crafting units here, which is going to require some of these guys, if I can get some. There we go. Put those in there. I just want to get some of those, what are they called? Calculation or logic? Okay. How are we doing here? Okay, we got all 64, and that got put into here. Perfect. So all we need to grab out now is a stack of skystone, a stack of diamonds, and I know there's a pool of water over here. So we're going to stick this in here, and we're just going to let it convert. Oh, my magnet's on, so it's not going to actually convert, because it doesn't have the iron, because it keeps pulling it to me. But you can see all of the dust being crafted there now. And it looks like it's done now. Perfect. Now we just combine this with sand to make a seed. Perfect. 2 stacks of that, and then we can just throw this in the enrichment chamber right here and grab ourselves a bunch of gems. Perfect. Let's let that run for a moment, and get rid of that. Right, now we can grab out these guys. And there we go, done. Oh wait, there's 2 stacks of it, yeah, but we have 1 stack now. So let's make ourselves a matter infuser. So we need a molecular assembler, so 1 of those. We also need now 2 fluix pearls, so we'll make those now as well. And boom, we got ourselves a matter infuser. We just need some cable to actually run some power to it, because it does need power. So I'll just run the power cable from the back over here. And just run it down like this for now. We'll stick that guy there, because then we can put the circuit etcher next to it. So, what do we need now? Acceleration upgrades, because this guy is going to be quite slow. Now, there is actually another type of pattern inscriber. There is the one from AE2 Things. If we have a look in here at AE2 Things, there is another advanced inscriber. Now, this advanced inscriber also is kind of good, but it just works like one of these guys, but has an extra 2 speed upgrades. So you can install 5 speed upgrades. But the only thing is, this guy here can install 8, which is way better than this guy. So we're going to be using this guy here, and you wait until you see how fast this guy runs. So what we want to do now is make ourselves a fluid steel. So we need carbonic dust, which requires coal dust. So let's grab out a couple stacks of coal. Do we have a crusher around? I don't think so. Let's grab ourselves a bucket here, because we need 2 lava buckets to make a crusher. So 1 and 2, and if we look up crusher by using this, where is the crusher? There it is. So make ourselves a crusher, then we're going to go upgrade it to a basic factory and then an advanced factory. And you know what, we'll come over here and hook this up to power 2 here. Right, now we'll just stick the coal in there and let that run. And do we have any upgrades? We do, perfect. So we can stick these in here. Right, let's auto sort on and let that coal run. All right, plenty of coal, 2 stacks, that should be good enough for now. So let's go in here and grab ourselves the carbonic blocks. We need 2 stacks of that. Oh, we need a lot more coal than that. There we go. Is that not enough? How do we not have enough? Is this enough now? Close. I just want to get 2 stacks of it because we'll be able to make a whole stack then. All right, perfect. There we go, 64. So now we can make ourselves our fluids thing in here. So the matter infuser. So now we need a fluid crystal and some iron. So if we look up fluids in here, stack is that, and then just a stack of iron. And watch how fast this guy works. Yeah. If we set up the other one with 8 speed upgrades, this is how fast we're going to be making all our circuits. This is crazy fast. And you can set up all your inputs and outputs and auto extract and eject and everything. So yeah, this is going to be amazing for making circuits. Right, now we can go ahead and let's go over here and check to see if we got ourselves a singularity, which probably should have one by now. Yes, we do. Okay, we're going to take you out and stop you exporting because I don't want to use up all my cobblestone. Wow, that used up a lot more than I thought. But we have that now. So we need to make ourselves our circuits now. So I guess we could probably duplicate it all with iron blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go over here and duplicate all our circuits. So we need to duplicate you. So we'll put an iron block in here. We'll duplicate you by putting an iron block in here. Same like with this guy, and then same in here. Perfect. Now that's all going to make us all the circuits. So silicon, calculation, logic, and engineering. Perfect. Now we can put all of the way, use singularity, craft ourselves the universal pattern grid. And now in here, all we're missing then is some inscribers. So what are we missing else? Another sticky piston. So we'll make a couple of those. 2 and 3. Perfect. And then all we're missing now then is the parallel processor, which is a printed parallel, which is a resonating crystal. Good thing I still have some of those. So resonating crystal, we need to put those in. Which one now? Let's look back up our universal thing, because we're going to use that in here. Put that in here. We just need 2 of these. There we go. Take this out now, and all we need is our redstone and 2 silicon. Hang on, let me just grab 2 silicon out of here and 2 redstone. Let's go over here now and do it in this guy. So this in here. Why can't I input the item? Okay, for some reason it will only let me do it through the bottom here. Right, that was going to craft that guy. And we just need a second one. Perfect, there we go. Now we pretty much have everything except for the flux logic unit, which requires another logic core or logic processor. Now we can make ourselves the logic unit and then the circuit etcher. Now we pretty much have that. We can set up autocrafting, which is great. So where do we want to set this up? Probably down below. I think maybe we were planning on using this area for power, but I'm thinking maybe we should set up autocrafting down here, or maybe even branch out over there and set that up for autocrafting. I think for now, let's just set it up right here. So let's go up here now and grab all of our mechanism stuff. And so let's grab all of this. Yeah, now we have a bunch of this enriched stuff and we need to get rid of it all. All right, there we go. And do we have, well, let's turn back on our magnet now. Right, let's come down here and lay it out. Actually, first, let's make ourselves a couple of things. First of all, we're going to need a bunch of crafting tables. So let's make ourselves a couple stacks of crafting tables, like so. And we can put this stuff away here. We just need to hold on to these. There we go. We can leave that there. Now, we need these pattern providers. These pattern providers is how we're going to give these guys the ingredients they need. And we're going to set these up over here. So we're just going to set up 4 of them to start. Actually, we're going to set up... we'll set up that many. And then we'll need this one here then as well. So we'll just kind of lay them all out next to each other. So we'll start off then with the first infusing, which is carbon. This guy here is diamond, so let's swap him. You're the enriching. Which one of you guys have the redstone in it? You're refined obsidian, so this guy here is redstone, you're diamond, and this is obsidian. Then we're going to put the ultimate enriching factory here, and you're going to just make pretty much obsidian. Maybe anything else we kind of need. And then we can put the circuit etcher right here, and we'll just say auto extract, and IO is going to be input and output through the bottom. Because this guy actually can retrieve the item out of the machine and send it back to the system. Now, the thing is, we need to organize the cable differently here. We're going to have to continue the dense cable all the way up here, and then reconnect the P2P tunnel around here, and then continue the cable going forward and connect another P2P tunnel here that will connect up to crafting. Just so we can split the lanes and keep up with the amount of channels we're going to now need for this. Because if we're going to set up a lot of things here to autocraft, we're going to need a lot of channels. Right, so what we need to do now is we can get rid of that, and all we need to do now is get ourselves a drawer. Or some pipes and drawers, because the way I'm going to be setting this up to autocraft all our alloys is slightly different. So, if I grab out the pipes, and I have the pipes on me, I just need some advanced pipe upgrades and a wrench. I also need some drawers. Drawer, I just want 4 of these. What the? Nope. This one. So 4 of them, and they're going to go up here. So we're going to connect the pipes down here first. We're going to disconnect them, stick the drawers on top. And then we're going to tell these guys here to extract. And then we're going to give it the upgrade so it pulls out a little bit quicker. All we have to do now is grab out the enriched stuff. So we'll just grab out all of this now. And we'll start storing it inside the drawers. So you're redstone. You are diamond. And then we'll just grab out the carbon. And is that all of it? Yes, it is. Okay, so the carbon in here. Now we don't have any of the obsidian ones, so we'll get that now in a moment. But all I want to do now is grab out a key. Or it's not a key anymore, it's the, let's go to that functional. We need to grab ourselves out a configuration tool, and I want to lock this like so. There we go. So now when the item goes in, nothing else will be able to go in, only the enriched stuff. Perfect. Now, I'm considering whether or not I should actually upgrade these guys. They hold 2k each. So if the enrichment chamber above is full of ingredients, the drawer is full, and the guy below it, the infusing is full, I think 2,000 is probably more than enough. I don't think we're going to be batch crafting like 10,000 alloy. So I think we should be okay with just with a regular drawer. All we have to do now is grab ourselves more enrichment chambers. So let's look up enrichment chambers and make ourselves 4 of these. There we go. And they're going to go on top of these drawers. And they're going to be set up to auto output. And we're going to have exporters. So we're going to look up export. We're going to grab 4 of these. We're out of formation core, so craft me a bunch of those. 4 of them, and they're going to go here, like so. And then we're going to get ourselves smart cable. So a bunch of dense and smart, and the smart cable is going to connect right here. Now, the problem is there is way too many channels here for the smart cable to connect to. We need 8 channels, or the thing can hold 8 channels, but we have like 7 of them here. Or 7? No, that's less than that. We have like 10 of them here. So there's, how many down here? We have 6 down here, 4 up there. So we have 10 channels. This guy here can only hold 8. How are we going to fix that? Well, we're going to need some anchors. So anchor, this one, cable anchors. Cable anchors make it so cables that are right next to each other will not touch. So for example, I want to connect these guys down here. Connecting that cable now will connect all of these now. You can see, okay, I won't show you how many channels I have because the system's offline. But if we were to put a dense cable right there, actually, would that work? Maybe we don't need to do anything crazy. Oh, wait, no, it is because if I want to run this up here, for example, I want to connect this here, but I don't want it connecting there. So if I just stick an anchor right here, it stops the cable connecting and it's on a separate channel now. So that way, this guy is receiving 8 from here. Error, too many channels. Yeah, it's going to say that, but once we connect it to the system, it'll actually work. So this guy here is receiving 4 out of the 32, and this guy down here is receiving 6 out of 32. So combine those together, we're going to have 10 channels in total going through this dense ME cable. Then all we have to do is continue that running this way. So if we line this up there, and now we go this way. This is going to lose us connection to our ingredients, which is okay. We just have to keep going this way. Let's come down here and break this, and we're going to break this P2P tunnel for just a moment. Break that, and now we just need to run this dense cable all the way down here. And we're all out of dense cable. I think I combine this here like this to make some more dense cable. Yeah, perfect. Right, so what we can do then is right here, disconnect this. And what we can do then is put the smart cable here. Break this again. Put the P2P tunnel here. And now we just need to grab ourselves a memory card. And all we have to do now is go back over here and select the original P2P tunnel that we were using. And it's easy to tell which one it is because this guy will have absolutely no channels on it even though it's active. This guy right here. So D9FF. So come back down here and just reactivate it on your P2P tunnel and then just connect your cable to it and boom, it's back online. So we have 1 out of 32 channels, which is just this guy. But if we actually had a smart cable here, you'll see 2 because we have 2 things set up over there. Connected to then the storage bus. Then we'll continue the dense cable along here, connected to there. Then we'll get ourselves a smart cable connected there. And then we'll get ourselves another P2P tunnel. So P2P. Connect one of these here. And then we'll go over there and connect a fresh P2P tunnel to connect that one too. So which one is here is not being used? This guy here. So we'll rob you. And we'll come down here. And we'll connect it here. And all we have to do then is connect your dense cable to it, I believe. Yep, and then we just connect this. Ooh, we're 1 dense cable short. And let's see if we can make a quick one here. There we go, connect the dense cable, and now it's online, and we should see 10 channels. Yes, we do. Everything here is online. We can see 6 going up in here, and then 6 going across. It meets with the 4 in here, makes 10 out of 32. So we can connect up a lot more to this guy now because we have this dense cable running instead. So, how do we automate? Pretty easy now. Let's go over here now to our actual area down here because this is where we're going to be hooking up some stuff. First of all, I need to connect 2 cables here because you can't connect interfaces onto the dense cable, which is kind of weird. But anyway, we need ourselves pattern encoders. So we need a pattern encoding terminal. We're also probably going to make ourselves a pattern viewer. I think it's called like a pattern access terminal. There we go. So we just need to make ourselves an illuminated panel and boom, we can make this guy. This will just show us what's using what and where is that craft being done. So in here, once we actually connect all those guys over there and have patterns in them, this guy here will show them, as you can see, circuit etcher and then nothing 5, which I think is, what's nothing 5? I don't know what nothing 5 is. But once we start adding all the patterns, you'll see all the things that are available to be crafted show up in here, which would be cool. Right, here comes the next part. Let's get rid of everything in our inventory because we don't need it at the moment. We now need to make ourselves a bunch of molecular assemblers, which is going to require formation cores. So we need to go back over here and grab a bunch more circuits. So put all these circuits away, and all we have to do now is say formation core. So grab a stack of those. And annihilation cores, grab a stack of those, and all we need to do now is make ourselves 37 molecular assemblers. We're going to make ourselves our crafting code thing, so we need these guys, so as many of those as we can. Upgrade those here with the 256k one. So we'll make ourselves 16 of those, and then we need to make ourselves code crafters. So I don't know how many of these we need, so I'm just going to make myself 12 for now. And I think that's more or less it for that. Then we just need to make ourselves a crafting monitor, which will pretty much then allow us to see what the CPU is actually crafting at that time. So grab out this guy, craft ourselves some memory storage things. We're probably going to need 2 of these guys. So actually, if I can get more, that'll be better. How many of these can I make? Bunch, okay. And then we just need some more illuminated panels. I'm missing quartz glass. 2 stacks of that. Illuminated panel. Craft a bunch of those. 63. Wow, okay, we will never run out of those now again. 15, and I won't actually turn all of them into 15, but let's just grab 4 for now, because we'll probably end up setting up 4 sets of CPUs. Right, now that we pretty much have everything, the only other thing we actually kind of need now is a few more pattern providers, so we'll just grab a bunch more of those, like so. Right, over here I'm going to set up molecular assemblers, and over here I'm going to set up the crafting CPUs. So the CPUs are going to be made like this. So we have the core processor, and they're going to be set up like that. So you can see it forms into a multi-block structure, which is cool. So we're going to set that up like that, and this is going to be... how do we set this up, I wonder? Actually, I think, yeah, these guys will go in the corner. So what we'll do is we'll just set this up like this. There we go. And in the center here, then, if we wanted to, we can put ourselves our crafting monitor. So this will show what this CPU here is crafting. And this guy, since he's a multi-block, will only use one channel. So this guy here is using 6 out of 32. We could set up another P2P tunnel if we really wanted to be a little bit safer with the amount of things. So we'd have dedicated 32 over there and dedicated 32 over there. Might do, because we might need to upgrade our ME storage drive later on, depending on what other resources we end up getting or how long we actually start playing for. So I might actually swap out this ME cable here. So you are frequency E319, and I'm pretty sure that's just this one. E319, is it this one? Okay, yeah, so it's the front one here. So let's come down here, grab out some smart cable, 46 of it. And we're just going to disconnect this cable here, which is going to lose us access to our items. Actually, wait, I need to reconnect this for a moment because I forgot to grab out the memory card, because we need the memory card to be able to, well, transfer the data from the P2P tunnels to link it. So memory card, grab that, and now we can continue. So break the P2P tunnel, and then we'll just connect this all back up like this, which is going to break everything for a moment. But if we break this cable, connect our P2P tunnel... here, yeah, that should be fine there, and go over here, select the memory of that one, connect it to you, and then reconnect our dense cable or smart cable there. There we go. So that's reading 7 out of 8. Ooh, okay, that might actually not be a good idea. Maybe we'll have to raise this up with a dense cable. Hang on, do we have any more dense cable? No, we don't. Let's make one quickly. Why can't I? Oh, because okay, I'll have to craft it in here because I have the connection broken here, so that's not going to work. What's going on here? So 6 out of that, so there should be a total of 7, yeah. Right, now what we can do is off of this guy here, so a smart cable here and a smart cable here, 2 more P2P tunnels, so P2P. So 2 of these, and we're going to stick one of them here and another one. Oop, I mean, my flight stopped working there for a second. Another one there. And then we're just going to use U for U, and then we're going to use U for U. There we go. Now we can connect this up over here, and we're probably going to use more dense cable because, actually, no, we don't really need to use dense cable because we don't actually have that many connections over here. So we're just going to run this up, and we're just going to dig ourselves a channel. Ooh, I probably could have put it there then. Maybe we'll move it up. Okay, yeah, I think I might move it up just to connect it there. 1 second. There we go, that makes it a little bit more neater so the cable's slightly out of the way. So this guy should only be 1 channel. There we go. So this guy is ready to start crafting stuff. Now we need to actually tell it how to craft stuff. So now what we need to do is actually set up our molecular assemblers and pattern encoders. This is just going to be crafting items that can be normally crafted inside a pattern terminal and whatever. And then you stick a pattern provider like we did over there to a machine that requires the items to craft in a machine. So that's how that works. So we'll start over here with molecular assemblers. So we'll start off with, I think, pattern providers like this, I think. I don't know what's the best orientation or what is the right orientation, but we're going to do... What the heck did I just make? We'll put that there, and then this here and here. There we go. So is an X pattern out of these pattern providers the right way to do it? I have no idea. And I'm pretty sure you can make these guys pretty big, but we're going to separate it out. So there's multiple sets of it here to work with. And we'll set up 3 lots of it. Why not? Do I have enough of these? I think I need 1 more pattern provider. Oh, wait, never mind. I already had enough. Okay, so we want each one of these guys actually here is an individual one. So each pattern provider counts as 1 lane. So how many do we have down here already? So we have 5, 10, 15. So we'll have to go with a dense cable along here. So I guess I'm going to have to make more dense cable. All right, so the dense cable connects on top like that. And we just need to dig the ceiling a bit. And we'll just run along here and then drop it down directly on top. And if we connect it up here, then we should see 5 lanes. Yep, there we go. Doesn't count the molecular assembler, which is nice, but these all connected together almost works like a multi-block structure just to keep all the things connected. So you don't have to run a cable to every individual item, which is really handy. Is this the middle one? Nope, one more. Oh wow, it's actually this middle of the path? It is, okay. So we'll just connect all of these now. So there should be a total of 15. Yes, so we've pretty much used half of our channels already. And we can stick an easy 2 more on, so that way we'll have what? How many is that then? We can stick 2 more on, so that's 5 times 5, so 25. So we can have 25 sets of crafters, and we can also make it bigger going out that way, or expand it in the way then as well, and add more molecular assemblers. But anyway, that should be more than enough to keep us going for a long time. Now, in terms of this guy, let's do the exact same thing we did there, and set up like 3 or 4 more of these guys. I'm just seeing an issue here. I can't run the cable up to the ceiling and run it over like I did over there, because we do have a cable already here. So I am just going to have to just do it like this for now. We might be able to route it differently later on, I don't know, but this should add another 2 on it. So it'll be a total of 3 channels, I think, in total now. 2 and then 1, so a total of 3. Perfect. So this should allow us to craft multiple items at the same time. So let's give it a test. Let's make all our patterns now. So let's put all the stuff away. And let's say the first pattern we want to do is make some speed upgrades. Let's actually get ourselves a crusher now as well, because I forgot we need a crusher for crushing ingots together. Oops, wrong thing. I need a crusher in here. So give me 2 buckets of lava. So quick crusher, and then we'll use that guy then to pretty much just crush ingots back into their dust, and then we can use those dust to craft ourselves upgrades and stuff. Okay, you can see we're out of reinforced alloy and elite circuit, so we'll have to stick with this until we can make ourselves more upgrades. So let's start off with making all the alloy patterns. So we need to start off with this. So this is going to say, if we look in here, this is a redstone amount, but we can get rid of that. So it's going to turn 1 iron into an infused alloy. Oh, we forgot to make patterns. So we need to make ourselves a bunch of blank patterns. Ooh, 2 for the recipe. Okay, that's actually pretty good. So there we go. We got ourselves a infused alloy recipe. Then we need to upgrade this guy in here like so. Just remove these 2. So that makes us reinforced alloy. Reinforced alloy then can be turned into atomic alloy and remove those 2 liquid thingsy or whatever it needs to enrich with. And then we got ourselves the atomic alloy. Boom. There. Now we need to set up how to actually make something, which is going to be obsidian. Now the thing about obsidian is, well, we need to enrich it inside the enrichment chamber to be able to make ourselves the obsidian dust. Then we need to combine that in a metallurgic infuser to make refined obsidian dust. So we need to set up that recipe pattern then as well. So that's going to go in the diamond one. But then we also need to make the obsidian. So we need to set up an enrichment chamber. So that's why we have the original enrichment chamber on its own pattern provider. Whew, speaking is hard. Right. I want to also get ourselves some crafters to start processing up all these essences, but I don't think we're going to get it done today. So we'll probably set that up to start the next episode, because I still want to get the other enrichment, or not enrichment, the etcher going, so we can actually start making all the processors. So is that everything I need right now? I think so. The other thing we could probably work with, actually we'll do that now in a moment. I just want to get these in their correct pattern. So, oh, I forgot to make steel. Okay, so that goes in there, that go in there, and that go in there. And this guy is going to go in here. Now we just need to configure these guys to input the items in the correct place. So we have the enriched stuff at the top. So this is going to be yellow. So that's going to insert on the top. And then we have items coming in and out on the bottom. So we want to use the purple one. So item input / output. And I need to do that on all of these guys. And also make sure eject is auto on. So that way it'll push it down into this guy and send it back into the system. This guy is already set up to work. Now we need to connect everything here to power. So we just need some cables. I don't think we have enough cable here. Give me out some alloy that we already have so I can actually make ourselves some. Stick that in here. So you can see it's auto ejecting into this guy and it's getting pumped into the system. So you can see it here, 6372. Perfect. So now I want to make more of this cable. So I need elite cable, advanced cable, basic cable. So we'll make a stack of that. We can easily set up a pattern for this now as well, which would be great. So advanced cable, elite cable, and I don't think I have enough. Actually, no, I think I do. Yeah, okay, we can make ourselves the advanced cable. Now I just need a point so we can connect power to it. And I think we're ready to go now. So back here, And we'll just run power from the back here over to that guy. And then we'll just run power up here to our enrichment chambers. Now this cable is hard to dig. There we go. And we'll just stick the power up here. There we go. So now all the machines are online. And it's continuing crafting all that. Right, so the only one we're missing now is to start exporting out the ingredients to actually craft ourselves the enrichment stuff. So we need coal, redstone, diamonds, and obsidian. Enriched obsidian. Let's just craft ourselves a quick refined obsidian. It should be able to do that, so it should have crafted that there. Perfect, so refined obsidian is crafted, and that's it. That's all we need for these guys here. So, you get coal, you get redstone, you get diamond, and you get refined obsidian. Now, the problem is, this guy can't make it on his own. We need to tell it how to do that, and that's going to be using a crafting upgrade. So we need to make ourselves a crafting card, which is just a basic card, so we need to get a bunch of those, and grab that. There we go. And the other thing we're going to need now is a bunch of acceleration cards. So let's get ourselves a few more of those. So advanced cards, make a whole stack of those. Acceleration cards, make a whole stack of them. There we go. So this guy is going to say craft, acceleration. This guy here is going to be accelerate, accelerate, and accelerate. That way it'll pump out all of the things and keep this guy here full. Now we need to craft all the installers and the upgrades to get this guy going. But he is auto-crafting the obsidian now. So you can see in here, it is crafting it slowly, and this CPU is now dedicated to crafting those. And then we can also use these guys over here with these CPUs to craft other stuff then as well, which is really good. So we put all this stuff away because we don't need any more, and let's make ourselves, I don't know, a basic cable pattern here. So let's have a look. So basic cable, that's crafted like this. There is a thing up here that says substitutes. Keep that disabled because it will try and use another ingredient that will craft the item, but it could mess up, and I just wanted to use specific items I tell it to. So don't enable this if you don't want it to use any extra ingredients. And the one thing I am noticing, apparently you can actually make smithing patterns and stone cutting, which is actually really good because automating stone cutting, which is for like what we're doing for our cut deep slate brick for our base, would be so nice to actually just have it requested instead of having to try and do it by hand. So yeah. So back to the cable. So then we need our advanced cable, which is made like that. And then we need ourselves elite cable, which is made like that. And then ultimate cable, which is made like that. Perfect. Now we can stick this in here. And now if we look up, oh, let's say I want another, for some reason I can't control click or whatever. I have to take all the items out and then request to craft. But say I wanted to craft myself 64 more cable. It says there is a CPU available and go. And you can see this guy here is now crafting 64 of these guys, and you can see the number going down. And boom, we have another 64 plus the 61, so 125. There we go. So that's basic auto crafting with applied energistics. You just go up here, craft the pattern you want, stick it in your molecular assembler, and then the CPUs here will craft it for you. So we have automated alloy. Actually, there's another thing I just realized with the metallurgic infusers. If we look up circuits, let's actually set up the patterns for the circuits now. So this guy here is going to make us the basic control circuit. Now we can make ourselves the advanced one, upgrade it then to elite. Where's the elite one? Actually, I can just click it in here. There we go. So elite circuit and then ultimate circuit. So these ones can go in here, but this guy has to go over into the redstone pattern. And I just realized actually I also still need to make the steel one. So put that in there. Let's go over here and make our steel pattern. So steel. We're still going to have to smelt it, so we'll probably have to set up a furnace to work with it too. So we'll probably just set up a blast furnace, or aluminium furnace actually. You can probably set him up over here now as well. Get him going. Let's break all of this here and get it moved. I'll fill in the floor later. Let's put you down here now as well. So we'll set you up here. We'll connect our power to it. We also still need, I forgot, we actually still need to make ourselves our patterns for the circuit etcher. But anyway, just connect this guy here to power. Get rid of that. I don't need the plastic. You are okay. Pattern, encoder, and if we connect this guy here, there should be 11 channels in total now. Yep. So we can connect so many more. It's ridiculous. So all we need now is cable. So we need to connect it to power. So we'll just connect you to here. So 1 million FE and your factory auto split on. And all we have to do now is configure it. So input and output through the bottom. Perfect. And auto on and in. There we go. And all we have to do now is, actually, maybe we should turn off auto in since it'll auto put in it anyway through this guy. Just in case it might try and suck the item and just melt it back into it, which wouldn't be good. Right, all we have to do now is just go craft all the patterns, so let's do that. Right, I have a couple of patterns now, so let's go over and put them into their respective things. So you are going to be smelting, so you're going to make us silicon and cook our steel that's going to be made in here now. You are going to, of course, make us our enriched iron and then our steel dust. And last but not least, the circuit etcher is going to take these guys in here and also some acceleration cards because I don't think I have any in you. All right, there we go. And now pretty much we can say, okay, if I want some processors, what are we low on? Okay, I want to take out all of these. Craft me, I don't know, another 256 of them. That's about 4 stacks and go. So input the items and look at how fast this goes. It is incredible. So there we go. I don't know what this pinned thing up here is. And if anyone knows how to click craft without having to empty all of the items out of the system, please let me know because this is actually really annoying. I could probably just set it to craftable so I can go in here and craft it, but still, I don't want to have to go into that menu every time or empty out all the ingredients. So if you know the keybind to click it to craft, please let me know. So yeah, that's pretty much it then. So I'm going to end it there. So hope you all enjoyed. And if you did, don't forget that like button, subscribe if you're new, and hit that notification bell while you're at it then as well. So without any further ado, goodbye.